What's up guys, just played Assassin's Creed Syndicate, or Ubisoft's way of making a major console game with a female lead. Alright, so this game takes place in London, England in 1868, and it follows the Fry twins, Jacob and Evie. The story this time was much shorter, but more focused. Every character in this game had a role to play and really kept the story on track and progressing, which was a nice change of pace after the predictable, long, and sometimes boring story from Unity. There are no filler missions like in Unity where you had to do a task that had nothing to do with the story. Okay, so I really loved playing as the twins. I thought that this was a nice twist to the gameplay. Even though I mainly played as Evie, I thought she was much better. She was much more stealthy. Each one has their own missions, but there are also missions where you can play as one or the other. Would have been really cool if those missions were multiplayer. Jacob's missions typically involve taking out Templar leaders and, quite frankly, blowing shit up. Evie's, on the other hand, were more focused toward finding the pieces of Eden and cleaning up Jacob's messes. Now, just a little bit on the twins. Jacob is he's the fun twin. He's much more lighthearted, much more brash. He's kind of the one that rushes in. Like I said, he blows shit up and he kills people. Evie, on the other hand, she's much more tactical. She's much more stealthy, and her missions, again, they focused on finding the pieces of Eden. It was very much so, who's doing this, who's doing that, let's go in, let's see what's happening, and then we attack. So one of the big new things in this game was the zipline. And I really enjoyed the zipline. It was a cool new feature, and it kind of made me feel like Batman, to be honest. It was cool. However, its use felt limited. You have to be pretty much under a building to zipline up it, and you can't use the zipline as a weapon, which would have been really cool to just throw the zipline out there, or shoot it out there rather, and take somebody out with it. The combat system was completely revamped. You can't fight with fists or hidden blades now. For weapons, you have three options. You have the cane sword, brass knuckles, and I'm probably going to butcher this, but the kukri. But you have to choose one. Then you have the firearm. It's pretty much the same, but that's it. There's no primary, secondary, hidden blade, and fist option anymore. Customization was lacking when compared with Unity. In Unity, you could customize everything from your head to your feet, and you could change the colors. You can still change the colors this time around, but it's not, you can't change everything from head to feet anymore. This game kind of goes back to the bare essentials, kind of harkening back to Assassin's Creed 2, and the earlier games. You still have a selection of weapons, outfits, color schemes, and this time you can change the gauntlets. But beyond that, you can only change the belt for Jacob and the cape on Evie. Those are really the only extreme customization options that you get this time. And you do still, like I said, you still do get the colors. Graphics were just barely different from Unity. However, there were much less bugs and glitches this time. And you do still have that big, expansive map like you did in Unity, which was really cool. And it was really fun going around London, England in 1868, climbing up Big Ben, riding up on top of carriages. So online gameplay is completely gone, which is kind of disappointing because I personally did enjoy those missions from Unity. They could have totally done it here and it would have worked. Online co-op, or even just make the game a two-player, would have really worked and would have really made this game even better. Then you could have had your friend play, say you want to play as Evie and your friend wants to play as Jacob. You could then work together on missions, and that would have been cool if they had added that. Unfortunately, they did not. There's no online. It's pretty much gone, unfortunately. Going back to what I said earlier, this is Ubisoft's way of making a female-led Assassin's Creed game for the consoles, and it most definitely shows. Which is fine, but don't try and tell me that this isn't Evie's game. Without Jacob, the game would fall flat a bit, but Evie definitely was the focus. Like I said before, her missions were mostly about finding the pieces of Eden before the Templars. The Templars were mainly focused on that as well. So in that sense, you don't need Jacob. The only thing Jacob really does is takes out majority of the Templar leaders. They really could have taken Jacob out and made Evie do those missions, but it would have been much less entertaining because Jacob was, as I said again earlier, Jacob was the comic relief. He was the fun one. The newer part of this feature were the gang wars and taking out the gang leaders in order to free a borough from rival gangs' control. All in all, guys, I thought this was a really good game, and I thought it was a great addition to the Assassin's Creed universe. While it did have some major ups, it did have some kind of minor problems. I mean, there were a little bit of glitches, but they weren't so big or stand out like they were in Unity. Again, there was a lot of things that I would have liked to see that they did in Unity that they didn't do here. But this game definitely took me back to earlier games, and for that reason, I definitely have to say this one goes up there with Assassin's Creed 2, just on gameplay, story, which was much less predictable. Again, the assassins, which were much cooler. This game is definitely worth the time, definitely worth the effort, and definitely worth the money. So I highly recommend you guys check it out. Again, for me, it was right up there with Assassin's Creed 2 games, because it was just, for me, it was a throwback to those with new features and better graphics. So, have you guys played this game? If you have, let me know in the comments what you thought. If I missed something or you feel that I got something wrong about the game, let me know in the comments as well. I love hearing from you guys, and thanks for watching, guys. Keep watching. Peace. So that was a great discussion, right? If you want to see more like that, click over here to subscribe. Click below to watch some of our other videos. Even further below that is the like button. You should go ahead and click that one to like this video. And even further below that is the comment section. Go ahead and leave us a comment and we will respond to you. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep watching. And again, subscribe, videos, like, comment. Thanks.